And I just wanted to give you a very quick heads up about something new that I'm working on. So it is the beginning stages at the moment. However, I'll share with you what I've got so far, just to give you a flavor. And you've got a couple of months, I'd say 3 months, 3.5, if you want to join me. And this, well, people don't say exclusive, it is really an exclusive opportunity. It's probably a once in a lifetime opportunity, because I don't see myself wanting to do this again. And the chance to do it doesn't come up very often. So I'm thinking about running a retreat out in Spain, possibly 2 of them. I was out in Spain earlier this year. I've been twice this year. I was teaching for Kathy Hector and Mark Twistle. They run Cambio Retreat. So I went out there to do soul plan readings this time round, coaching sessions, taught some segments of Huna, etc. And the owner of the retreat is fully booked for the whole of next year, right up until I think the end of November, and I think I got a little bit of capacity there, but it's booked out all year, over a year in advance, fully booked, no places. It's a luxury wedding venue, and people often also have now started using it for retreats. While I was out there, the owner, Peggy, said that she's had a cancellation. She's got a 2-week slot in March 2020. And she said, I love what you do. Would you like to run a retreat here? And I was like, whoa. And I know that Christmas, New Year is not the best time for marketing events, etc. However, I'll show you this one, because this is really my thought about it. I actually kind of thinking about it. It is the ultimate Christmas or New Year gift for the person who has everything. This will be something amazing that you could gift to yourself or gift to another person. So the plan is possibly to run a 5-day retreat, a photo reading retreat. So we start with the induction day. My plan at the moment is we do a movie night, one of my favorite movies that I'll show you in terms of showing you the possibilities of the brain, the mind, and our potential. We then do the full photo reading workshop, which is 2.5 days. However, we intersperse that with incubation time, rest and relaxation, time by the swimming pool. And we'll also do, because on my in-person workshops or on the photo reading 3-day video webinar certification, there's a 1-hour bonus Huna, Huna, and access consciousness session included as part of that. So I always include that now at the end of the first day. But I'm thinking, because we're going to be there in that wonderful space, we can do a much longer and extended session, also teach you some of the principles and practices of NeuroSuccess, and get into doing some of the rapid transformation work. So that's the photo reading. Because the dates are pretty much back to back from the 9th to the 19th of March, plus, I'll look at, do we want to travel in the day before, etc. But at the moment, 9 to the 19th are the rough dates to be working with. I also thought I could run the Mind, Body, Spirit, Energy Fest workshop, because people all have said over the years, I've been teaching photo reading now I became an instructor in March 2002. So at this point, we're pushing up to 17 years that I've been running those trainings. And several people have always said, oh my God, fantastic workshop, amazing, life-changing. I'll share with you a few of the testimonials in a few moments. And they've also said, it'll be really lovely to run this somewhere. And they've just basically described this retreat space. And the same for the Mind, Body, Spirit, Energy Fest. We have an incredible 2 days. And imagine doing that workshop in this kind of space. So that's the proposition. That's actually a picture of the pool at the retreat out in Spain. Let me just share with you a little bit of what people have said about these varying workshops, just to give you a flavor. If you've not come across them before, we'll start with a photo reading. So this is from one of my clients, the lovely Naomi Tamayama. Some of you might know her. And this was after she'd done the photo reading workshop several months afterwards. And she said, I've just spent less than an hour reading 8 books. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 books. On a topic, and have just compiled a piece of work from this. So that's how mind-blowingly profound the photo reading can be when you're doing it in 2.5 days. Imagine then doing even more around that. And we'll also have time to cover stuff that we don't have time to cover on the main workshop. So getting into the dream play is one of my absolute favorites in terms of how you can program your dreams and use your dreams to help resolve problems, to come up with creative ideas, to let go of old negative emotions, to get yourself unstuck. So we'll do a session on dream play. We can probably also look at things like the natural brilliance. We can look at things like syntopic reading and go into those in a bit more detail as well. So there's lots more scope. So you'll be next leveling what people get when they come just for the 2.5 days. So that's one of them. Let me show you this one as well. And I think this one really sums it up for me. This is someone who attended the photo reading workshop. He worked in IT, so he's a software technical guy, came because he thought he was just coming to learn to read faster, because the premise of photo reading is reading at 25,000 words per minute and then learning how to photo read a whole book in 5 minutes, and then you're learning strategies to be able to remember and recall what you've read. So, you know, our busy, stressed executives often, for example, come because they're on data overload. They know they're just about keeping up, or they're even drowning under the weight of the amount of documentation, emails, PDFs, ebooks, books, magazines, journals, reports, you name it, is coming from all angles, and people often just can't keep up. So they think they're coming to learn to read faster. But he was very matter of fact. He wrote it on the feedback form and came up and said to me, "This is the best personal development workshop and course I've ever attended, hands down." Then walked off, because people don't expect it to be that deep. They don't expect it to be personal development, and it totally is. So if you wanted to just have a look at the premise itself and you haven't come across it before, go to www.transformationstm.com. It's TRANCE, formations, F for Freddy, so FORMATIONS, and then TM as in trademark. So transformationstm.com/photo reading. That's where you'll find further information about that. And I really kind of, you know, one of the things that also happens for people, and this will be interesting, given that the retreat is then going to be in a place and a space where, yeah, it's going to be in a place and a space where transformation is more than possible. Because I've had people come to the photo reading and they will say they actually feel different. They feel younger. They are invigorated. They are reinvigorated. They are inspired and excited about life itself. And which is why I always say photo reading goes way, way, way beyond reading. So this was someone who came along, lady a similar age to myself. She said, "You have opened up so many possibilities for me and inspired me to expand my life and knowledge. I don't feel as old as I did when I came, ! Thank you." And she was an author and a coach and consultant. So people have really profound experiences when they come. So that's a little bit about the photo reading. I've also got a bit of feedback about the Mind, Body, Spirit Energy Fest, which is an annual workshop that I run normally the first weekend in December. And we've just last week, if you're watching this in real time, run the 9th one. So next year will be the 10th anniversary, and possibly the final Mind, Body, Spirit Energy Fest. You guys who have been coming for the last 9 years, you would have received an email from me about that. But this was on one of the feedback forms. Somebody says, "You're charging too low for this workshop. You need to market it at least £1,500. And for you guys who are booking in early, you know that you can come for £197. If you're, again, watching this in real time, you're booking this month, there's always a launch price. And so this now brings it more into alignment with that. So that's kind of one of the things that people often say, there is so much value here. I can't believe we're getting it for this price. And we also have, let's see if I got that one there as well. This is from someone, Noreen, who attended last year. And she said, "You couldn't ask for anything more. All of my hopes have been blown out of the water. So more of the same. I've had the best year." And one of the things I noticed the second year I ran it, people who had attended the first year came back the second year. And when I was going around the room saying, you know, "Why are you here? What would you like to take away from today?" People were saying, "Everything I worked on last year came true. I'm back for more of the same." I spoke to the second person who was there. They said, "Everything I worked on, everything I formulated here at the Mind, Body, Spirit Energy Fest came true. I'm back for the more of the same. I went to the third person who'd also been there the year before. They said exactly the same. And the first 5 or 6 people all said exactly the same thing. And we ran it the first couple of years just as a 1-day workshop. We then moved it to a 2-day workshop probably 3 or 4 years ago, and you'll be getting a 5-day version of this. So it's powerful stuff just as a 1-dayer and just as a 2-dayer, and we're going to extend that out to 5. And people have these are some of the feedback forms, and basically when I'm saying to people, can you rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, always coming back at 10 out of 10. And we've then got the creative ones who will go 100 out of 10. So it's always extremely well received, and it has been fantastically life-changing over the years. You can take a look at some of the testimonials on my website, and I've also just gone back to the people who have attended over the years, and I've asked if they can just start summing up and writing some testimonials so that we have some really cool stuff to put out for the 10th and possibly final year. So that's a little bit about the Mind, Body, Spirit Energy Fest as well. Now, I haven't done a screen share with this one, but I'm going to see how it works. Application window, Chrome tab. What am I looking at? Not that one, not that one. Going to see if I can maybe do a screen share. I haven't done one before. I just want to see if it's going to work. Oh, Chrome tab. Let's look at that. And share. Oh, I think you can see my screen. Hopefully you can hear me, because sometimes it doesn't. It's flashing. Yeah, I hope you can hear me as well. Just going to do that. Actually, let me look at my Facebook page for a minute, and I'll be able to then tell if you can see my screen. And if not, I'll just tell you about it. Now, can you? We're sharing this tab to the Be Live app. I think you can see my screen, but if you can't, I'll put the link in as well. But it says that I'm sharing this tab to my Be Live studio. And oh, hang on. Yeah. So let's just assume that we are. But if we're not, hey, I'll put the link in. But the first thing you see on the page is it's a bit about the retreat itself. Scroll down. I'm talking a bit about the Brain Transformation Retreat, the Mind, Body, Spirit Energy Fest Retreat. But you can do one package, you can do both. The package itself includes the 5-day event, or if you want to come for both, the 10-day. It includes your wonderful, beautiful apartment accommodation. And if you can see the screen, I'll scroll down in a few moments. We've got the whole retreat to ourselves, the whole space to ourselves. So you've got the private pool, you've got the jacuzzi, we've got indoor and outdoor dining spaces, and the apartments are just gorgeous and they're all fully equipped. So you've got your own kind of kitchen area, shower, bath, really, really lovely. And I've also put a video tour in as well. So we've got the pool, an example of what the apartments look like. 1 second. Actually, you can't see the screen. I don't know why that is, actually. You can't see the screen, and it's telling me that it's sharing this tab. Let me see if there's a way that I've missed. Nope. Because sometimes it does funny stuff. No, that's just the image. Oh, hang on. This might be it. Right. I believe you can now see the screen. So let me go back. Let me just go back to the top. And if I go back to, yeah, so I think you can now see my screen. And I'm just going to give myself a little bit of a delay. Yay. Right. Just so I can see what I'm seeing on Facebook. Right. There we go. Figured out how to do that one. Kind of new to Be Live, so bear with me. Right. So this is the screen. The writing's not going to be big enough for you to actually read every single word, but at least you get the gist of what I'm saying. So you'll see what's going on here in terms of the screen. I'm explaining to you about the kind of 2 different options, or if you want to do all 3. This is a little look-see at the venue itself. So that's your pool. That's an example of the The apartment, yes, I'm just checking that it's moving on there's a time delay. I'm just checking that it's moving on Facebook, so I'm not describing to you things that you can't actually see. But we're in sync now. We're all good. Thank you. So this is just one of the apartments. There are going to be 10 apartments that are available. So when I say it's limited and it's exclusive, it really is. It's not like a hotel where they can maybe pull out some partitions and make the room bigger. It's like when the apartments are gone, the apartments are gone. So that's one of them. That's the indoor and outdoor dining space. There's also the optional, because there's an on-site beautician and massage therapist. So if you wanted to book yourself some additional treatments, you could do that as well and really come for some, because Chantel is just amazing. And there's also another masser I might be inviting, and someone who can do some body treatments. I've just got to see if they're free. But the treatments are absolutely incredible. So that's all on site. You just have to walk for like 10 seconds and you're in the beauty treatment room. So that's a possibility as well. So what I've got on this new site is a bit about what my clients have said. So this is from Kathy Hector, who I mentioned earlier. She said, I can highly recommend this course. I've benefited massively from working with Marilyn Devonish on many occasions, and she walks her talk and knows her stuff. So that's really lovely. And there are some longer testimonials on there. Some of you might know the lovely Sunny, and she says, with so many experts and organizations in the field of personal development, it can be a daunting, even impossible task finding someone who is legitimate in their expertise and worth one's precious time and money resources. Transformations is definitely a one-stop forum where anyone looking to improve any area of their life will find a product and or program suitable for them. And then you can read more about that on the website if you'd like to. And actually, if you wanted to look at this in real time, well, after the video, you can go to, it's a bit.ly site, so www.bit.ly.com/the-ultimate-retreat. And I will add that to the description of this video as well. We also have the lovely Monica, who says Marilyn Devonish is an exceptional trainer, coach and speaker. I appreciate her openness and love this video because she talks about many topics. This includes the assumptions we make about people, the practice of sharing the work, and people who changed your life. She says Marilyn is part of my team of go-to professionals, colleagues, and people to recommend. She is a radiant soul and always provides inspiration to learn something new, shift through a block, and move to another level. Big love, big love, big gratitude, and big magic to you, Marilyn. You rock. You rock too, Monica. Thank you. I then got a little bit about why choose the retreat in terms of we're covering all aspects: the mind, the body, the spirit, the soul, the brain. The plan with the food as well is to also have it catered and designing food specifically for enhancing the brain and healing the body. And if I can pull that off, you have your own private chef to do breakfast, lunch and dinner. That will be amazing. So we're really covering all aspects, maximizing the use of your time. Because if you've done sessions with me or you've heard some of the interviews, you will know that people always say they are blown away by the amount that I can cover and get through and achieve and transform in a really short period of time. And so this one, it's going to be like, if you want to get a ton of stuff done, cleared, shifted, next level, 5 to 6 days of your time, we're good, we're done. So, and of course, if you're coming for the photo reading retreat, you're going to be getting a lot more done in a lot less time just by learning that system. Also, with regards to New Year's resolutions, because this is going to be a piece that's going to be coming up in the new year. If you're someone who has made countless number of resolutions, doesn't follow through, hasn't achieved them, the blocks and the barriers are still there despite your best intentions, so you've fallen off the wagon by the time we hit the end of January, this will be perfect for you. We've also got the value for money, and we'll talk about the pricing in a few moments, but a breakthrough session, a one-day breakthrough session as it stands, if you're watching this in real time, is £850, and at the moment you can come pretty much for the price of the equivalent of 2 of those days, and you can be there for the full 5 days. So we'll talk about that. It is life-changing. I'll share with you a couple of testimonials, and it's a brilliant place to unplug. Now they've got fantastic Wi-Fi at the retreat. Some of you, if you were watching when I was out with Cambio retreats, I did some walkthrough videos. Of course, I'm outside, so I'm using their Wi-Fi. Did you some little snippets and videos of the chef Mark Twistle when he was doing all of that wonderful food. So the Wi-Fi is fantastic. However, that's about it in terms of day-to-day life. No TV, no radio. Yeah, you might have your devices with you, but if you choose to, you can just come and unplug, because the retreat space itself is also gorgeous, wonderful grounds, wonderful gardens. So you can join and just go and sit and chill and relax. And as I said, pool and jacuzzi, etc. So you can use it as an opportunity to do that as well. We've got some feedback about what people have said about the Mind, Body, Spirit Energy Fest. I'll just share a few little snippets with you here. So this is the first one is from Amana. Almost everything I called for where I went on the MBS, Mind, Body, Spirit Energy Fest workshop, came true. 0 credit card debt. Worked in Saudi, moved to Atlanta to be with my children from the UK. And she says, get into the vortex. Marilyn always over delivers. And I'll add a link where you can watch a YouTube video of her. I'll do that later. I've just seen I haven't made it a hypertext link. We have the lovely Winifred Carnero, who does those incredible vibrational bath salts and shower scrubs. She says, by the way, I hope you had sufficient feedback now as to why we love what you do. My email to you said it all. And she then talks about, no one there is alone, because she's saying when one person's up, another one's down, and people kind of, balance it out, and it's a place to celebrate with other people. So she says, no one is alone there. It's a family place that you have created, and it's a gift you have. Yes, it's important to run a business and be profitable, and sometimes it's about service, and this is your service work to the universe, and you deliver on this magnificently. Thank you and much love. Thank you, Winnie. And so you can have a read of those. And something else from Keith Higgs, you guys will maybe know the story about the manifesting the £10,000 check. So that's one of the legendary stories from MBS. And I've got a few here from people that have attended the photo reading workshops. This is Keith, an entrepreneur. He says, I gained knowledge beyond being able to read faster. This will benefit me in all capital letters areas of my life. It was pretty perfect. I am inspired by your energy and achievements, starting from where you started your personal development journey to your amazing transformation. I'm encouraged that I will achieve the same level of greatness, because I was sharing with the group that I started off and I'd been diagnosed with what was thought to be early onset Alzheimer's in my 20s. And photo reading was the thing that just turned everything around for me. And I was also terrified of public speaking. So I worked on that with my NLP practitioner training. And the thing that then helped me to be able to present and speak, etc., without notes and learn at rapid speed was the photo reading. This is Naomi again. You can see her lovely smiling face this time around. Naomi Tamayama does the most amazing crystals and crystal jewelry, as well as being an entrepreneur helping other business owners. And she said attending the photo reading workshop has been the best and most profound learning experience. I've realized why I struggled to piece all of this information together at university by just realizing how I learn, not to mention the huge impact using photo reading has had on my business. And it is a game changer and a skill I practice often. Highly recommend this. So, and there's also one from a father who came as a family. So we had the mum, the dad, and the 3 children. And this is a lovely message that he sent me from the airport. They flew in from Switzerland to take part in my workshop. And I'll just share with you, while we're here, I share this one as well, because it's probably going to be too small to read on a device. So it says, hi, Marilyn, sitting at the airport waiting for our flight back home. Just wanted to send you a big heartfelt thank you for the wonderful past 3 days at the photo reading seminar. All 5 of us very much enjoyed it, and the kids feel super grateful for all they have learned in the past days on photo reading, but also on all the other elements you managed to interweave with the seminar material. Besides the direct learning, I feel it has brought us closer together as a family during the seminar with the 5 of us. I'm expecting this to be the starting point for a lifelong journey of self-development for our kids, while Ava and I will continue our journey together with them. Hoping to stay in touch and looking forward to meeting you again soon. Love. That's really lovely, because they had, I think the youngest was 9, I believe. And then they had teenage daughter, teenage son, and then the mum and the dad. And just to see the change and transformation that happened for all of them, because I always say it's beyond reading and it really is suitable for all ages. So it might be there's a family watching this, and this will be an incredible opportunity for you to come to Spain for 5 days and have the same kind of experience. So some really wonderful things that have happened. So let's get on to the pricing plans now. This, if you're watching this in real time, this applies. If it's a couple of weeks' time, this will not apply. So this is the launch prices. I'm just getting started with everything now. So the photo reading at the moment, the launch price is £1,900. That's in pounds sterling. This is connected to Stripe. Might have connected. I think it's either Stripe or PayPal, but either one of those two, that will then give you the option to choose your currency. So with the photo reading, just to give you a little summary, we've got the orientation date and the movie night. The 3-day photo reading workshop is included in that price as well. You've got the photo reading course material, so it's the photo reading book, the photo reading playbook, the photo reading tips and insights CD, which you can now do as an MP3 download, the photo reading paraliminal MP3. I love paraliminals, incredible ways to change your brain, and your lifetime refresher certificate, which means you can retake the photo reading workshop whenever you like, wherever in the world you happen to be. You never have to pay for the workshop again. You just cover the cost of being in the room. So all of that is included in that price as well. There's also going to be the rapid transformation day, and it also includes your accommodation. So that's the limited launch price. Thereafter, it will be £2,700. But at the moment, it's £1,900. You have to pay for your own flights to get yourself to Malaga. That's the nearest airport if you're flying into Spain. If you already live there, good for you. The Mind, Body, Spirit Energy Fest retreat, that's also currently launch price is £1,900. So you're going to have a mind day. We're going to have some body and movement sessions interweave with that. There's going to be the Spirit and Clairvoyant day. So Clairvoyant Gina Batt is going to come along for this one. There's going to be the Incubation and Relaxation day, which we don't get to do in the 2-day workshop. Often people stay at the hotel, so that night, just being away from it all, people love it. And this, you're going to be able to do this in finer style, because the jury's in hotels, it's pretty nice. We're going to have the goal setting also as well, and that again, your accommodation is included in that price. And if you wanted to attend both of those retreats, at the moment it's £3,500. And so retreat number 1 will be the 9th to the 13th of March 2020. Retreat number 2 will be the 15th to the 19th of March. And you're going to have, for those prices, private access to the whole of the retreat, all of the wonderful facilities. So that's an option. If you're looking at the page as it is on screen, I'm not sure if you can see my cursor. I don't think you can, but we'll see top right hand corner. It's changing color at the moment if you're looking at it in real time. So that's where you can pay a £500 deposit to secure your place, and then you can set up a payment plan over the next 3 months. And there's also a video here. Let's see if it will let me do that. Let's do that. Just give you a... Well, good morning all. It's Marilyn Devonish here from transformationstm.com. So this is the view from my room this morning. So you can see it in daylight, because we did a little walk around last night. So all of these, that's the apartment I'm staying in there, lucky number 7. And then all of the things you see here with the patios, these are all of the individual apartments for the participants. So today is day 0. We haven't officially started yet. It's the day everyone arrives. So I am the first one here, apart from Kathy, Hector and Mark Twistle, of course, who are running the retreat. And it's going to be one of those crazy things, but you still have a chance if you wanted to kind of think, do you know what, I want a week of resting and resetting and recharging. You could actually... So that's what the retreat actually looks like. And it's, of course, the video is bigger when you go to the site. So go to the site if you wanted to have a look at that. There's also... if you wanted to save 10% off the launch prices I've just shown you, so the £1,900, if you want to save 10% off those prices, what you can do is I've set up a QR code as well, because we like to move with the times. So I've set up a QR code. You can just, what you have to do with your device, you hold your device, your camera, it's with an iPhone. It works with iOS. I presume it works with Android. You hold it at the QR code, and then what happens is you get a little bubble that says click here, and then it takes you to whatever the page is. So I've set this up where you'll get 10% off. Hang on, let me do it, and I'll maybe show you on my I can also check that it works. So I don't know if you can see that. It then says go to Jot URL, because that's where the QR code is housed. Let me do that again. And so I click that, and as if by magic, it then takes you, I've just set up a PayPal page for that. So it takes you to the PayPal page. So if you wanted to come for £1,710, which is just a brilliant, amazing, incredible price, then click the hold your phone, your device at the QR code, and it will do that for you. And I've also done a link to the Eventbrite page as well, if you wanted to see a bit more detail and just see you can pay the £500 deposit there as well, or you can use that button. So that's it. Let me stop sharing that. So I think I'm back with that. So yeah, that's it really. If you've got any further questions, if you've got any further queries, let me put that up there just so you can kind of get a little bit of a visual. The email is Marilyn, Marilyn, at transformationstm.com. It's there on the screen as well. My website is www.transformationstm.com. This actually, though, isn't on the website. It's a separate bit.ly link. My blog is www.marilyndevonish. Devonish is D-E-V for Victor, O-N-I-S-H. So marilyndevonish.com. On social media, it's basically / Marilyn Devonish, except for Instagram, which is the NeuroSuccess Coach. So if you've got any questions, if you've got any queries, get in touch with me with regards to that. But yeah, if you can make it to the retreat in March for this once in a lifetime, very, very exclusive opportunity, it would be absolutely amazing to have you. Ideally, I'm going to need people to have paid the deposits by the end of this month or very early January, because I've got to let Peggy know if I actually want to take the retreat space, and I don't want to push it too much further than that, because if she can find someone else who can utilize it more than I can, that's great. But I'd love to do it. So if you are interested, send me a message. You can pay your deposit, you can set up a payment plan if you wanted to do that, or you can take advantage if you wanted to pay in full of the 10% off while that's running for the next couple of weeks. So look forward to working with you if you want to have a real deep dive into all of this stuff and experience it like never before. And Ria, thank you so much for joining me. Lots of love to you too, and I will catch you all later. Bye-bye.